Good morning, guys. Hello. I know I said I'm gonna stop doing my intros from my bed, but it's a Saturday morning and I don't feel like getting out of bed just yet. So I'm gonna sit right here, and Emily's downstairs making us a cup of tea that she's gonna bring up. So that's just a perfect way to start the day. I've been blessed. I love how it's like a really hot summer's day and we're drinking tea in bed. Our daily mantra with this beautiful artwork is, what's meant to be will always find a way. Wow, short, simple, to the point. So the plan for the day is that we're going to bring you along on a little daily vlog, and we are also going to be making this kind of like an Aussie themed vlog, a day in the life of an Australian.
The day in the life of an Australian.
So this vlog is going to be very Australian themed. I put on my Instagram to ask you guys whatever you want to know about Australia.
Like assumptions about Australia.
Questions, like all sorts of stuff like that. I was going to give them a slight recap on where we live.
Are you going to insert a map?
Yeah, I am going to insert a map.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are currently living on the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia. So it's on the east coast of Australia. That is one thing about Australia, is we're very coastal.
Yeah.
So the east coast is more popular. That's where you have all of the big cities like Sydney and Melbourne. So me and Em are both from Sydney, so we're a little bit biased in that aspect. I actually was born in the country in a place called Nunes, which is like a valley of just bush, and there is nothing there, not even electricity. So my dad would kind of like generate all of that. He built a house from scratch. So that was the first experience of life for me. It was like in the country.
The first experience of life.
And then I moved to Sydney, where I lived near the beach until I was about 8 or 9, and then I moved to the western suburbs, and then I moved back to the beach. So I kind of lived all around Sydney and different areas and experienced very different ways of life. Yeah.
I was born and raised on the beach in the eastern suburbs of Sydney.
And that's where like you got your Bondi beaches, you know, your big, like
Bondi
really,
Beach.
really classic
right
Sydney
near the
beaches.
city, like 10 minutes from the city.
Yeah, Opera House and the Harbour Bridge in Sydney, and I love Sydney. I think it's one of the most beautiful cities. I think what our plan is now, we're gonna get up, we're gonna get ready, and we're gonna go and get some brunch, because that is a big thing for Australians. We are a very big brunch culture, so you'll notice when you come here, there's
so true.
Yeah. One of the daily struggles being Australian, picking out what swimmers to wear.
It's so true.
Oh my god, like
how does one pick what bikini they want to wear for the day?
This is a whole tub of bikinis. Wow, these are all different swimmers, because we need okay, I was gonna say we need them, but like, let's be honest, this is just really an unhealthy amount of swimwear. I think I'm gonna go with this bikini, which is like a leopard print kind of like ribbed material, and I think it's from Wanderlust. Yep, put that on. So of course, sunscreen, we have to wear that, especially in Australia. Our sun is super strong, and I'm using this one for my face, which is called Clear Skincare. I really like their sunscreen, and I also sometimes use their moisturizer, but I just find that their sunscreen doesn't like irritate my skin at all, and it's really good. Oh my god, Emily got me this hat for Christmas, and I always forget it whenever we go to the beach.
Rude.
But not today. I'm remembering my hat. Quickly, another one of my favorite things about Australia is our fashion. I feel like we have a lot of amazing fashion to suit like kind of like our lifestyle. Very beachy, very coastal, especially this area like Gold Coast, Byron Bay. It's just very fashion forward and very very aware of like ethical fashion and sustainable fashion and doing things right by the environment. I feel like we're really kind of good with that. Hi! Honey! Oh my goodness! Are you okay?
Sorry. What happening? It's a hot Australian summer day, and I require ice in my water bottle aggressively.
Good morning, honey.
My nose, you're like water and like fire. You put me out, and I put up a fight. But I know where you've been, what you're going through today, and I swear on my life, I'm not walking.
Good morning, Cara.
Good morning.
The rest have already been introduced today. We are currently at a cafe called Paddock Bakery. It's a really good place on the Gold Coast. As you can see, it's just like really beautiful, really chilled. They do a lot of like pastries and like donuts and that kind of stuff, but they also do a really good breakfast.
It just horrifies me that you drink a hot coffee on a hot day.
You know what?
You know what?
About it.
I should have got ice as well. It's way too hot for a hot coffee. My coffee order is a coconut milk latte. This is the most extra thing ever. Coconut milk latte, half strength, with some honey. Emily orders a soy latte, and Chantel gets a long black because she's just that bitch. Wait, I haven't actually tried a long black before. Okay, ready? Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe you drink that.
Do you enjoy that?
I genuinely enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it. That genuinely tastes like an ashtray.
No, it doesn't! It's not enjoyable.
It's so enjoyable. I like the taste of coffee. I like the taste of strong coffee. I don't want milk. I don't want milky. I want coffee. I need to get to the coffee.
That's exactly what it tastes like. It tastes like an ashtray.
We have just arrived at Palm Beach. We're going to Palm Beach because there is a dog beach there, so we're going to the south end, and we can bring Ari with us. Australia's absolute #1 quality is...
Beaches.
It's beaches. And we do have sharks, obviously, but everyone always rants about sharks, but like that's something I don't think about when I go in the ocean.
I don't think about that either.
Yeah, shark attacks are quite rare, and if you're swimming like in the flags and in a safe region, like it's very rare that would happen. So I don't think, if you're coming to Australia, do not be scared of getting eaten by a shark. The one thing I would be scared of is make sure that you are swimming in the flags. Australian beaches are quite rough, and that's what tourists get in trouble with.
You should be more scared of rips.
Yeah, you should be more scared of rips and waves than sharks.
The ocean itself.
We're ready for our beach day.
Oh, you're a pain to be around. Oh, but you're my solid ground. Oh, you're the only one who knows that when I say go, I won't let you stay. And I promise you that I won't walk away. Well, I can't make up my mind. You're one thing at a time. I'm prone to run and keep me in the lines, but I know we can take every stumble, every sway. I swear on my life, I'm not walking away. Oh, you're a pain to be around. Oh, but you're my solid ground. Oh, you're the only one who knows that when I say go, I won't let go stay. And I promise you that I won't walk away.
Okay, we've had a blessed day at this beautiful spot. I think we're gonna head to get some acai because, look, I'm not a huge fan of acai.
I am.
But sometimes it has its time and place. And today is definitely one of those days. It is a perfect day for something cool and refreshing as a little afternoon snack.
Even though you make me crazy sometimes, without a doubt, I'm blessed to call you mine. And I know what I'd say about these stumbles and these sways. They made me realize I'm not walking away.
Okay, so we're home now and I have the gang with me, and I thought I would answer some of the questions that you guys sent in, and we can get a perspective from all of us so
Love
that we get a bit more info.
Actually, I'm so intrigued.
Yeah.
So like, how many people follow you from Australia versus other countries? Do you know what your demographics
Well,
are?
I think it's only like about 10% from Australia. Yeah. Okay, I feel like this is a good question to start on because everyone always asks this and has a fear of this, which is, how do you handle the fear of coming across dangerous / poisonous animals all the time?
I don't know.
No, it's not like that.
I think people think that you're gonna walk down the street and see like a brown snake, and a shark,
And a spider,
and a tarantula or whatever,
and a crocodile.
Yeah, and it's like a crocodile.
Australia does have a lot of poisonous animals. We have snakes that will kill you very easily. We have spiders that kill you. We have lots of bugs, lots of insects. We have crocodiles. We have stingers.
People questioning or saying that about Australia and Australians, it's like in the same energy as me assuming that, oh, I don't want to move to LA, a bear might attack me. Like,
Do you know what?
Bears are so much more scary to me than anything we have here.
I do think Australians have to be more cautious and aware of it than most other countries. Like,
True. Like,
especially
we can have a spider crawl into the house.
Yeah,
a lot of big
like
spiders.
huntsmans are massive. You guys have probably seen them in my story before, but they're not dangerous, those ones.
Yeah.
Whereas like because I was born in the country and I came across a lot of brown snakes and stuff when I was little, it is something that crosses my mind and I am very aware of. But when you're living in a city, it's not really a thing, especially
like
you have to think about any of
like
it.
Australia isn't just the outback. Like we have proper cities that are very, very safe. Yeah, I think it is something that we're aware of, but it's not something that really affects our daily life, and like it's something that you kind of grow up with and get a bit used to. Like there are snakes around, there are spiders
I've only
around.
seen snakes twice though, like literally.
Our saltwater crocs though are uniquely massive and uniquely dangerous. Like they're known for like seeking out and killing people. I've never grown up in an area with crocodiles, but if you were to go up north, I have been to Cairns. That was actually some of the questions that I saw. So I spent some time in Cairns, which is like the tropics, and you do have to be really careful. And you don't swim in the areas without nets because there's irriganji stingers which will kill you. So honestly, like just swimming up north is like a little bit petrifying unless it's winter. But down here and around the rest of the coast, you don't have to worry as much. It's just like that north area crocodiles.
Can you imagine if a crocodile came at you?
I think I would just drop dead.
I think I would die.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What I would do if I saw one just in day-to-day life.
Actually,
I think I might
about
stop.
it.
It's not a reason to not visit Australia. The chances of you being bitten by a snake or a spider that's poisonous is
so minimal. How do you survive the heat in summer?
I think that the rest of the world can think that we're hotter than what we actually are. You have to remember that we're accustomed to a certain level of heat. Like we've only ever known this. So it's like how like we think it's crazy that British people think it's a hot day at 20 degrees Celsius. Like and for us it's not because we're so used to being hot.
Yeah. I think
Moisturized.
you're just used to it, so you deal with it and you just be sun safe.
Aircon as well. Actually, do you know what? Can I just say, as silly as that sounds, one thing that I've learned specifically through traveling through Europe is that it's actually not that common to use aircon.
No, it's not.
Like it's a very like we have grown accustomed to using all the time because it is so hot here.
Yeah.
But like Europeans are like, no thank you.
Aircon is a luxury.
Aircon is a luxury. Anyway, another one that is really coming up a lot is it safe? Like how do you feel living there in terms of safety and stuff?
In Australia? Safety?
Oh,
General safety.
I feel like this is one of the most positive things about Australia, and one of the things that we're just so lucky with. It feels like the safest place on the planet. Like obviously you still have to be street safe and careful and bad things happen, but in terms of like safety with like guns and stuff, we don't have.
We're so lucky.
We have so many regulations around that.
Like I always think about America because like obviously they have very different gun laws and everything. Asking people our same age and like kind of like
how
status.
they feel. How safe they feel.
How safe they are. How they feel.
10, 11, 12. We're number 13 safest country in the world.
That's still ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh,
I
so safe.
Okay, someone says, do you feel like your culture is closer to America or Britain?
British by far.
Totally. I don't feel like
British.
Americans. I don't think we're similar to Americans.
No,
we've been told that we're very similar to Canadians.
Look,
Canadians
how I
and British.
feel when I go to America, I feel like I'm in a Western Australian kind of world, but flipped upside down, like a parallel universe.
It's like a parallel universe.
Like
the UK kind of feels very similar. We understand British people better, I think, and we've adopted a lot of their like their food and their cultures and stuff.
Okay, I've got a lot of questions about how expensive is it, daily living, and like prices and stuff like that. So I would say Australia is very expensive.
We also have a very high minimum wage.
That's what I was about to say. It's also about we get paid more. Like people from America might think, holy shit, like how do you spend $5 on a loaf of bread? But it's like their minimum wage compared to ours.
Their minimum wage is like $7,
which is
ours is like over 20.
Which is why every Australian that goes to America is like, oh my god, everything's so cheap in America.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because they get paid less.
I will say Australia is amazing at being able to swap out and have healthy options, and I think that is why it can be so much more expensive. Like obviously we're going to places that do vegan options and do really healthy things, so like it's a lot more expensive than if you were to go to a cafe that was like not as trendy or something, you know. So those prices go up like in these areas and in Byron. I think one of the biggest differences in terms of expenses in Australia is obviously like our medical system. Like anything can happen to you. You can get hit by a car, you can get cancer, all of it's covered. So which is just amazing. Obviously we have private health as well, but our public system is really good. So lucky.
It's actually so cute.
That's a good it is easy to meet a kangaroo on a daily basis.
Me?
Absolutely. Where is this coming from?
Meet a kangaroo.
That's so cute.
What's really funny is my cousin went to America once and he told people there that we shut the harbour bridge once a day to let the kangaroos cross, and they believed him.
Imagine all these kangaroos just popping up.
You absolutely don't see a kangaroo every day, especially not in the populated city areas.
How long has it been since you've seen a kangaroo?
Mind you though, maybe a month or two?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I saw a kangaroo.
It depends where you live again.
Do you have them as pets? Absolutely not. Do you ride them to
we
school?
meet them?
Absolutely not. But
And it
they are
takes
out
a
there
lot.
and you do see them.
Yeah, someone said you don't understand what cold weather is, and I've gotten a lot of this. Like, how cold does it get? And I feel like
so.
Kara's from Melbourne originally, which is one of the cities that is down low, and then you have Tasmania. Like, it gets cold down there. Like, what was like an average day in Melbourne temperature-wise?
In winter,
Yeah.
it would be like between like. It could be 13.
Yeah. Some people consider cold like -40.
Oh, I couldn't.
We don't know what that is.
We don't know what that is. And you know, this is my theory that Australians suffer in winter more than people think they do. And the reason is because we're not prepared for it.
No.
It only happens for such a short period of time that we do not get the winter coats we need. And we do not have things like heated flooring and like cars that are just like...
Unprepared when it gets cold.
This is a good comparison.
Yeah.
We have air cons.
Yes.
The rest of the world has like really good heating.
Yes.
I mean, we have very mild winters. It doesn't snow in any of the major cities.
No. I'm so
winter,
excited for my first Gold Coast winter to see like what it's like.
It's so cold.
It's just gonna be so different.
cold. I think it's cold. Oh, it's cold.
Wait, what does it get to here generally, like day to day, like average
Like the lowest
winter?
would be like in the day maybe like 18.
Someone said everyone is really nice and everyone calls each other mate, even strangers.
True.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Somebody has to
mean,
say-
can I actually just educate the world on something when it comes to
Please.
mate? You need to understand that mate has many meanings. So like you can be like, hey mate, and that means like, hey buddy or hey friend.
Yeah, or thanks,
Or you
mate.
can be like, your mate, which is like that idiot over there.
Yeah,
Or you can be like, mate.
Can you believe what just happened?
Yeah, like mate. And it could also be old mate.
Old mate.
Yeah, because like your mate is like an insult.
Your mate is like,
mate.
you don't want to associate with your mate.
Your
Old mate can be an insult.
But no, old mate's
It's like this,
yeah, it's like we kind of know old mate.
That's alright, old mate. Yeah, I remember him, old mate.
Like you can literally walk up to your friend and be like, yeah, so old mate, like, and then like they know who you're talking about. Like everyone knows who your mate is, everyone knows who old mate is, everyone knows who mate is, and everyone knows what mate means. Fake tan on every girl.
No.
Well, you know what?
Well, none of us are wearing fake tan.
Yeah, none of us are wearing fake tan. I feel like because Australians spend so much time in the sun, it's very like, we have this beauty standard of being tanned, and that's really toxic and bad, I feel, because I feel like Australians struggle to accept white, like paler skin.
Yeah.
And to put that in a beautiful light and to like, to deem it as beautiful. Like for example, when I first met Em, she used to fake tan and she looks so much, I think she looks so much more beautiful in her natural skin. And I think that Australians really struggle to embrace their natural beauty because
when
they
they're
feel
paler.
like everyone has to be tan.
Yeah.
Everyone's extremely nice but also curses a lot.
Yeah, that's just true.
That is just sums up Australians really well. Like we're really friendly, really nice, happy to have a chat, happy to talk forever, but we'll swear a lot. I definitely am so much more aware of my swearing when I'm overseas.
Totally.
I will not,
Yeah.
I would really try to rein it in because I know that people find it super just like
They don't like it at all.
Yeah. Let me try and find something a bit different. There's really hot guys in Australia.
Look, debatable.
A lot of questions of people saying everyone's really healthy there.
Not everyone, but I would say generally the culture, I guess because of our weather and because of like where we live and stuff, it's more
outdoors.
Like a thing. Yeah,
so that opinion's largely coming off social media.
Yeah.
Because I think Australian social media is quite present. Like a lot of
and it's all like the young people and stuff.
That are on social media.
We are at the end of the day still a westernized country that has Western food. We have a lot of shit that we can eat and we can be very lazy.
I think it really is more like just the image that's shown on social media. There's a lot of young people and they're displaying this really healthy life, and I think the younger generation is a lot healthier as well.
I think so too.
So this was a good one. Do your accents change traveling around the country like America, or is it very similar?
I think it changes slightly.
I guess the short answer would be not really. Like, it's not noticeable as in like how you can tell someone from
New York,
south of America, like, you know, from Texas and then from California, like you can tell a big difference. We can't tell that. And I would say the biggest things would be our colloquial words. Yeah, like we use a lot of different phrases. Yeah. Everyone knows how to surf. I don't know how to surf.
I do not.
I grew up on the beach and I do not know how to surf.
I'm sure.
Is every day a beach day? It's funny because like there are a lot of Australians that don't go to the beach. Don't like the beach. Do not like the heat. Like
don't live near the
down
beach.
where you like in Melbourne.
I never went to the beach when I lived in Melbourne because it was just too much of a thing.
Inconvenience. Yeah. Did you guys wear a school uniform?
Yes.
So this is always something I found so fascinating about like watching shows and stuff about America or other countries, is that like when they don't have a uniform, crazy. Like, because I feel like it's not actually very common in Australia to not have a school uniform.
No, it's very uncommon.
It's very
Ali's
uncommon.
school, like one of our friends from Melbourne, her high school didn't have a uniform because
I feel like it's sometimes like the art schools.
It's an alternative type of school.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Whereas like even all of our public schools have a school uniform. I really liked having a school uniform.
I don't even wake up every day and think about wearing something.
Another one someone says is that you don't know much about the rest of the world because you're so isolated from it.
I don't think that's true.
I think the rest of the world doesn't know much about us.
I agree. I think it's the other way.
Yeah.
One thing kind of like on the similar topic to the school uniform, which I think people would find really interesting, is how different our school year is.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, so different because we have summer at Christmas time and you guys have summer in June, July. So like we just do not have that whole mid-break at all.
Our school year is a calendar year.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Northern Hemisphere, it falls over 2 different years.
So like the whole like spring break and like summer break and all of that we don't have. We have a break over Christmas time, which usually goes from like, it's usually like 6
summer
weeks.
break.
Yeah. So it's like just before Christmas we get let off and then we go back to school in the first of like around February. And then we continue on and we have like blocks where we have 2-week periods in between each like semester. A really good thing to end on is, what is your favorite thing about living in Australia?
Oh, where do we start?
I'm gonna say the beaches.
I'm gonna say the beach.
Coffee.
Oh, the beach. Coffee, our clothing, our standard of living.
That there is so much opportunity in work and it's really easy to get a job. You just feel really safe.
Yeah.
I love living in a place that I feel really safe and I just feel so lucky to be able to live here.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think my favorite thing is like, obviously, Australia has its problems.
Like,
Every country has
every
its
country
problems.
does.
Yeah.
But we are very privileged.
Yeah.
Like, so many opportunities. Have
Yeah.
such a beautiful lifestyle.
Yeah.
You have the beach, you have the mountains, you can go to like the outback and like enjoy a completely different kind of environment.
Yeah.
It's just like so much diversity in every way possible.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it, I think.
Yeah. Don't be scared of the spiders, don't be scared of the sharks. Come on down to Australia, even though we have
just
bugs.
swim between the flags. Don't go into crocodile territory.
Yes, swim
And
between
don't
the
walk in the
flags.
bush unless you're prepared to maybe encounter a snake.
Yes, keep that in mind. Okay, so it's a little bit later on and I'm in the car with Cara and we're actually heading to, this is like so random and not actually like something that we normally do in a day in our life, but it's really exciting because we're going to a ceramic class because Cara got me that for a Christmas present. So we're gonna go in and we're doing like a mug making one, so we get to make our own mug, and I'm so excited because ceramics is one of the things that I just absolutely love. Like if you guys follow me, you'll know that I love collecting ceramics and photographing with it, especially with food photography and stuff. So this is just something that I've always wanted to do and I'm so excited to actually try doing it because I get to like actually make the whole process. So that's going to be really fun.